Alrighty, Dani, it's wonderful seeing you. Make sure you're in tune. Little quick recap. When we're throwing down chords, chords are triads. Triads are built out of 1, 3, 5. When we play the open ukulele, the strings on it are actually two triads. We have a C, E, and a G, which is a C major. And then when we add the 6, we get a C, D, E, F, G, A. So that 6th note is the C major triad, C, E, and G, with a 6th. At the same time, it can also be explained as an A, C, and E, which is an A minor plus a 7th of G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So if we've got that A minor, A, C, E, because A major is C sharp, A, C, E, and then the G makes it A minor 7. So this C6 and A minor 7, same thing. So C sharp 6 or A sharp minor 7, B minor 7 or D6. It keeps going on, so forth, so on. You don't have to remember all these silly names for all these chords. However, when you do understand that both of them are given two different names, it makes a lot of sense. Oh, look at that. Got my dollies going on. So, our songs for this week are going to be Deck the Hall and Old Lang Syne. Long story short, when we're playing this, both of these things are in two different keys. One's in D, one's in G. D has 2 sharps. When we have 3 sharps, we'd be in A. If we had 1 sharp, we'd be in G. Knowing how to piggyback and sandwich chords is interesting. So in between F major, which has 1 flat, B flat, C major, which has no sharps and no flats, and G major, which has 1 sharp, it's interesting to think 3 chords at one time. And then when you move it over, you actually would go F, C, and G over to C, G, and D. And then G, D, and A. And then D, A, and E. And if you keep shifting that, your brain sees that circle fifth we've been talking about each time, okay? So with Deck the Halls, we're gonna do 2 pieces. You can look at your own book right now on page 20, first measure, and realize in the key of D, 2 sharps, 1 sharp is F sharp, and 1 sharp is C sharp. That makes sense because when you play your F sharp minor, both of those notes are present. Remember that the F sharp minor is the relative minor of A major, and it just so happens that it looks and feels very close. A major, throw down your F sharp and your C sharp, the 2 notes inside the chord which we're missing, and you get your F sharp minor. If you are struggling with the B minor, try and play your B minor 7, and then shoot for that other note after. Hence, D, 2, 3, A7, B minor 7. You could lay that whole B minor down on the 2nd beat because the B minor actually lasts for 2 beats. It would look like D, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay? So I'm going to play the whole thing through for you on a different video. And I'd like you to also take a look at this video, pause the video about right here. Now that you're back, I'm going to go over the certain parts with you. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la, la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel. Fa la la, fa la la, la la la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol. Fa la 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 la, la 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 la. The only 2 chords we did not talk about, you already know, G major, and then that other E7 you know to be this one. First finger on the G sharp, 2nd finger on the D, and then 3rd finger on the B. You're going to leave the C note open and it's going to give you E7. Now just with every chord, you can play it a couple different ways. If you take this same bookend here on the D7 with this top note here, put your 2 other fingers there, and then you scoot this all the way up to the 3rd fret and bar, leave that middle away, you get the same kind of feeling. So what we're going to be doing here is I'm going to do another video, and you're going to go through that for Deck the Halls. Auld Lang Syne is in the key of G, 1 sharp. That sharp is F sharp. So when we play it, we're going to have the first measure, as you can see on page 22, is a pickup line, because there's 4 beats per measure, which means if we're going to be playing in here and we see 1 note on the first measure, that means that we are missing some notes. So what we do to take care of that is we count those beats out, and then we move on with the structures. So we have 1, 2, 3, should. So when we're playing this, we don't actually strum until the 1 beat of that next measure. 1, 2, 3, should all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind. 2, 3, 4, old acquaintance be forgot the days of Auld Lang Syne. 2, 3, 4, Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne. 2, 3, well, take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. Now what we're going to be doing is when we go through here, we've got 1, 2, 3, should G to E to A minor to D, hold the G here for C. We're going to go back to D, D major, E minor, A major, D, C, D7, G, 2, 3, 4, G to D, C, G, C. It's going to hold this out, go to a B minor, E minor, A, then a B7 is like a B minor 7, but you're going to lay down the major. So right there, and it looks like an A7, just scooching it up. And then we're going to, after the B7, go to the E minor, D7 to a G. Check out the other video. It's good seeing you. And give special attention to your F sharp minor and your B minor and your B minor 7. Aloha.